Barry Schwartz from the Search Engine Roundtable. Today is March 7th, and this is the Search Buzz, the Roundup of the Search Buzz, as prepared by Tamar at the Search Engine Roundtable. As you can see, I haven't shaved in a while. It's been like a week or so. I'm thinking about maybe growing a beard. If you care about that at all, then go to my personal blog at cartoonbarry.com, and there's a little poll there for you to actually vote on if I should grow a beard or not. In other news, Tamar is actually over at one of these conferences. She's over in Austin, Texas right now. She's spending the weekend there, and she's coming back, I think, Wednesday. So she'll be blogging in the morning and then spending the afternoon over there in Austin, Texas, which is the morning over there, but the afternoon over here. Covering a conference over there for Lifehacker and Mashable and all that type of fun stuff. Continuing on, we had some major news from Ask.com this week. We saw signs of this coming, but Ask.com actually has laid off about 8% of their workforce, which is about 40 people. So the workforce was about 300 or so people, and they laid off 40 of those people, including our friend, my personal very good friend, Gary Price. They did set forth their new strategy, which is about focusing on women over 30 searching on health and entertainment. Now there's a lot of people say, a lot of buzz from Ask.com, PR from Ask.com that that's not the case. They are not only going to focus on women. Honestly, I don't believe it. A lot of people don't believe it. It's clear from what the news was earlier that Ask.com is going to focus on a very small niche and decided basically and virtually not to compete with Google, Yahoo, or Microsoft in the search space. As you can imagine, I'm a lot of people feel betrayed. Lisa Barone feels betrayed. Tamar feels betrayed. The search community does feel betrayed. And Danny Sullivan himself, as you can imagine, he wrote a very long post, which was an obituary for Ask, saying, they're dead. I think he's having a follow-up with them soon, and hopefully we'll have some more details. But I don't think it's going to change his opinion. I don't think it's going to change any of our opinions on Ask.com. I even saw some signs of people reporting that Ask.com was using Google search results within their Ask interface, within their Ask web search. So there are some rumors that they might be testing that out now, that they might be testing out using Google's search, their web search, as replacing their Tiomo or Ask.com web search results because it's cheaper to use and because, again, they're not going to focus on building out web search. Obviously, a lot of the press over there, or PR people over at Ask.com are denying that, but I feel that's the way it's going. Earlier this week, Yahoo Search announced that they're going to be conducting a Yahoo Search update, meaning there will be some new ranking, indexing, and crawling algorithms, deployed. The weird thing is, typically the Search Engine Roundtable spots this from happening earlier on, but we didn't spot it, and even though they announced it, there's still people who are saying they haven't seen anything. I personally didn't see anything. Tamar hasn't seen anything. I don't know if you have seen anything. Wednesday night, Tamar tipped me off of the fact that Google's trying out this new site search feature within the Google search results. What that means is Google was actually, if you do a search right now on Amazon, New York Times, or a bunch of different types of searches, what Google will do is show you a search box under the actual description or snippet of the New York Times Google web result listing. Then you can actually type a search phrase in that other box, click search New York Times, and Google will then show you a site results command for all matches of those keywords that you searched for from the New York Times or from whatever site you actually searched on. So it's a pretty unique feature, pretty new. Google blogged about it and said it's official and it's out there, and I think it's pretty useful. Also, Yahoo announced that they have a new social networking site, social media site called Yahoo Buzz. They announced it this week. It launched. A lot of people are liking it. I think Tamar's a big fan. She's not a big fan of Dig, so hopefully she'll be a big fan of Yahoo Buzz. It's like a Dig type of site where Yahoo users could actually go submit sites to both their sites. There also has been an increased number of reports about Google actually caching the wrong site. So let's say you do a cache command in Google, or a site command in Google, or an info command in Google, and up comes a different site than you might expect. So you click on the cache link of your site in Google, and up comes, your neighbor's site. There's been a lot more reports about this in the past few weeks than there has been in the past. There have been reports about this in the past that had to do with DNS issues or just a timing issue where Google had the old site and now had to update the new site. But recently, in the past few weeks, there's been an increased number of reports about Google caching and indexing an older site or a completely wrong site as labeled as yours, which was very interesting. Also, if you're an AdWords advertiser, you might have noticed that your minimum bid might have spiked up. Some haven't, some have, but there's been a lot of reports from a lot of different advertisers out there who use the AdWords system that they've been Google slapped. What that means is Google has lowered their quality score to a poor or whatever, and their minimum bids jump from a low number to a really, really high number. Also, yesterday Google forgot to renew their SSL certificate, their security certificate for the Google Ad Server domain. So some people who use Google's ad tracking, conversion tracking module might have received clicks from the AdWords ads. The user might have clicked on that ad, gone to their web page, and then get an actual security warning. People get a security warning. Some people will actually click back, and that click would be worthless. Google also said, yes, this happened, and hopefully it won't happen next year. Google said they might be undervaluating the number of clicks you have in your reports because of this. So if you feel like you were stolen from or whatever, maybe go ahead and talk to your Google rep. A new feature Google launched last night was actually an AdWords feature that allows people to actually exclude not just sites from displaying their AdWords ads. So this is within the content network. So if you have ads and you're participating in the content network and you want your ads to show up on the content network, instead of just excluding sites that you don't want your ads to show on, you can actually exclude categories and page types. So if you don't want your ad to show up on a site about, I don't know, death or, I don't know, gambling or whatever, you could actually say, I don't want my ad to show up on these types of sites. It's another feature that Google allows, and they constantly add to this. It's now called the Site and Category Exclusion Tool, and I posted some screenshots over at the blog in the Search Engine Roundtable if you want to take a look at it. On a related note, earlier this week we spotted via Webmaster World post that Google is adding another quality score metric, and this metric is called page load time. So Google will soon be giving you a grade for your page load time. So if your page, your destination URL in AdWords loads slowly for Google, then Google will actually give you a low score on that, which will overall hurt your quality score, which could hurt your rankings in Google AdWords and even increase your minimum bids. So this is coming out. Google actually confirmed this in a post. They said it's coming out in the next few weeks. Once you see your grade score, which will be on the keyword analysis page, once you see that keyword, actually, once you see your page score, you actually have another month to work on it and to improve it. And then Google will actually start implementing that new metric, what they're calling a page load grade, into your quality score metric. So be prepared for that. The final topic I wanted to discuss today was something that I posted this morning, which got into a big debate over at Spin forums. Basically, it's something called sculpting PageRank or siloing or funneling your PageRank or using JavaScript. It's basically, let's say you have a huge site and you want to go ahead and say, Google, I want these pages not to be assigned any PageRank. Ignore them. I want the PageRank that I have on my site to be focused on, these pages, but not these pages. So you could do that a number of ways. One is to, make sure Google doesn't find those links. You can use a robot.txt file. You can use JavaScript. You can use other means, cloaking, of course. But you could also use some, the no-follow tag. Last week at the SMX conference, people asked Matt Cost in the link Q&A, if that's okay. And he didn't say it. He said he would focus his efforts on other things. But you could use it. Google's not, averse to you using types of things like that to funnel your PageRank or to sculpt your PageRank. So there's a big debate about whether or not you should do it or not. All right, well, that wraps up the Search Buzz for this week. Again, it's March 7th. My name is Barry Schwartz. You can check out the write-up by Tamar over at the Search Engine Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Everyone, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.